Hi guys, we're going to make a ceramic tile. We're going to use clay and we're going to manipulate it and roll a tile. Then we're going to develop surface pattern through imprint and possibly building up. We're then going to fire it in the pottery kiln so it changes form. And then we're going to decorate it. This one has been decorated with acrylic paints. Now to do this, you're going to have to go through several stages, and the starting point is to look at the work of Ernst Haeckel. On this sheet, Miss Taylor has selected a range of images for us by Haeckel. Now he was a scientist and illustrator. He was known for his zoology work and drawing from specimens. He was interested in evolutionary theories and he promoted Charles Darwin's work in Germany at the time. He lived from 1834 until 1919. Now, these pieces then are based on observation, and what we're going to do is just start looking at them and consider things like symmetry and repetition. So we're going to look at these illustrations, and first of all I mentioned symmetry and repetition. If I put my hands like so, I'm going to fold them over, and this line here is the line of symmetry. You can see that the right hand is in the inverse of the left hander. Now, if we consider these more complex shapes, there's rotational symmetry. So I'm going to pop a piece of tracing paper over this image. It's like a starfish type creature. And I've drawn a rough shape indicating that section. Let's zoom in a little bit. Now, if I put my pencil as the centre point and then start to rotate it, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 clean rotational points, so it has order 5, rotational symmetry order 5. Now these things are only there to get you going. We're going to start drawing onto the worksheet, and these drawings are working out drawings. They're quite loose. So I'm going to start with circular shapes. Notice very, very small. That's about 2 centimetres across. Probably press a bit harder so you can see. And I'm looking at this structure over here. It's a little bit like a donut in its form. It's got a hole within the centre. Notice I've overdrawn my line. I'm fine with that. Now these sections are radiating from a centre point. So all I'm doing here is drawing some lines on the poles. If I was referring to north, south, east and west, you know what I mean by the poles. This would just help me space my construction. And in each one I'm drawing regular marks. Now in this one the edges are quite rounded, so I might go back into it and add rounded lines. So that's quite a similar copy to this early one. And the next one I might try might be based on this, which looks like in the nucleus in the centre of it, it has this sort of blackberry-like structure. So I'm going to draw my circle and then fill it with little ovals. I'm not too worried about it being perfect. And then in this area around it, like satellites orbiting, there's circles of different sizes. So my initial drawings might feel like I'm just copying what's there, but it's just to get me into a place where I'm comfortable drawing. So I'm continuing to develop these drawings. Here you see I've drawn a rough shape like an equilateral triangle, and I notice this undulates, it comes in and out, so it's going to go high at the side, down at the bottom and high at the top. I'm going to do the same on each of the sides, so I'm going to rotate my piece of paper to make this easier for me. And this is a searching line, it's not a final line, so I might modify it and it might be uneven to begin with. That's absolutely fine in this type of drawing. And then within it there's like an axis point coming in, pointing to the centre, and then there's these lines that connect, but they're curved. They're rounded on the ends. You see I'm basing it on the structure. I might freestyle a little, I might go wrong, and I might make some modifications. I could go in and add the detail. In the one down here, I'm going to draw a spiral and then draw lines radiating out from it. The spacing of this isn't quite right, but this is what it's about. It's about trying things out and becoming confident with your drawing again. You can press hard, you can press light, you can try different weights within the lines. That's a different weighted line. So a light line has a heavier line. So try things quite light maybe in your underdrawing where you're finding your shape. And then when you want to develop it and make bits stand out, you might go in and then press a little bit harder. So I've gone on to develop quite a few drawings. They're all very small, only a couple of centimetres across, and as I was doing them I decided I like this one. It was based on this structure here, but I like these lines radiating out. I can see it like some kind of explosion. I made the odd notes, like these lines reminded me like the radial lines on a clock, and I might have drawn things, similar things over and over again in different ways, but I've tried to get variety into the work.